Okay.
Constant contact. Constant contact is a technique that is used by a lot of our students, and indoors is a great place to use it because your cane is always in motion. Indoors you have nice smooth surfaces, whereas outdoors, if you are out in on cement or on asphalt, the cane will have a hard time going back and forth. Constant contact, it might get jammed in lots of cracks, things like that. Inside though, it works out very well. The things to keep in mind about constant contact: the cane has to constantly be in contact with the floor. We have some kids do things where they try to float it in the air or do some other things. It also has to be in constant motion. Some of our kids will walk, and they'll walk with their cane just next to them, and if all they're doing is sliding their cane and there's an obstacle, they're not going to detect that obstacle before they reach it. Where if I've got that same obstacle and I'm moving my cane back and forth as I'm going, it'll detect the obstacle and I'll have time to stop or go around the obstacle or whatever it is I need to do. The arc needs to be a little bit wider than the shoulders. Some of our kids have a very small arc, which doesn't protect as well. It's one of those things where you can still run into obstacles. Some of our kids have an arc that's just way too expansive, and that's a tripping hazard for everybody else. But also, if my arc is too wide, as I'm walking, I might wind up hitting an obstacle before my cane detects it. So as far as the arc goes, the main thing is it needs to be on the ground, constant contact, and it also needs to be in constant motion. Another piece that we do work on, but as parents you don't really need to worry about stressing it, or other staff members, staying in step. If my right foot is forward, the cane goes to the left. Left foot is forward, cane goes to the right, back and forth. That gives me a little bit more time to stop. If I'm walking along and I'm in step, I'll find the obstacle and I'll have enough time to stop. If I'm out of step, if my left foot is forward and the cane is on the left side, when my cane contacts the obstacle, I may not have enough time to stop before my momentum carries me into the obstacle or the person or whatever it is. So, constant contact again, the main things: keeping it constantly on the ground, keeping it constantly in motion, and just a little bit wider than the shoulders. We're not going to stress if it's if it's a little bit wider than the shoulders than we want it to be. We don't want to see a huge expansive arc. We also don't want to see a tiny arc, and we definitely don't want to see the kids just walking along with their cane just kind of on the ground and just not moving side to side and protecting them at all. So that is constant contact.